guys, today I wanted to do the 25 bookish things about me tag. I have seen this on a couple of other people's channels and I really like the concept and idea behind the tag, so I thought I would do it and let you guys learn a little bit more about me. So I'm just going to jump right in and tell you guys 25 bookish things about me. First one is that my go-to genre of reading choice is YA or young adult fiction. When it comes to buying books, I always prefer hardbacks over paperbacks. In addition to book covers, I'm OCD about the kind of physical condition of my book covers, so I try to take very good care of them, especially if I have a paperback book. I will be very, very careful and take extra steps to make sure I don't bend it or mess it up. And then with hardback books, a lot of the times I will remove the jacket of the book when I'm reading it. My favorite book series of all time is the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. I never use bookmarks or dog ear the pages when I'm reading. I just kind of keep a mental note of where I left off and then I pick right back up when I read, but I never keep a bookmark or anything to mark my place. When I was a sophomore in high school for an English project, I tried to read Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte and I absolutely hated it that I couldn't even make it past halfway of the book. I have a lot of cooking and baking books to my name for me personally that I've either purchased myself or been given as a gift because I really enjoy the Food Network and cooking and baking and all of that. If I could pick any character from any book to be my boyfriend in real life, I would pick St. Clair from Anna and the French Kiss. My favorite movie that's from a book of all times is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I absolutely love both the movie and the book of this, and I think it is one of the very few films that actually lives up to my expectation of the book, and I think that it was absolutely amazing. I don't have a problem with e-readers or Nooks or anything like that, but I personally prefer to have a physical copy of a book and to buy a physical copy. I love going to the bookstore and walking down the aisles and taking my time and just looking at all the books and picking out my books when I don't really have anything in mind, but I absolutely hate how the prices of books in the bookstore are so much more than when you order offline, because I really like instant gratification, and when I go to get a book I want it, but I've gotten to the point now where when I want to buy multiple books I feel like I have to order offline to save a little bit of money. If I don't focus and I read a line or a sentence from a book and I just don't quite grasp what it's saying the first time, but I keep reading, I keep reminding myself in my mind that I have to go back and read it so that I understand in case I miss something vital to the story or the novel, and it really just keeps irking at me until I go back and read it. I really like books that allow me a lot of detail when it comes to the setting and the characters so that I'm able to visualize and imagine what's going on as if I was there, versus some books where authors kind of fail to mention important qualities or characteristics. I just find them a little bit easier to get into and to actually experience and enjoy when I can feel like I'm there or I can imagine what is going on. I almost always buy the original cover of a book, even if they have the movie edition out, because I prefer having the book itself as it was before it became a movie. But if I happen to watch the movie and really love it, then I will consider going back and buying the movie cover as well. I absolutely hate watching the movie of a book before reading the book if it's on my to be read list. Now if I haven't planned on reading it, I may go ahead and watch the movie and that might spark my interest to read the book, but if it's on my list to read, I will refuse to go see it until I read the book first. My favorite type of book is one that's really captivating to the point where any free second I get, I've got that book in my hand, I'm opening it and I'm reading it, whether it's in the car, riding home, or whether I am just, you know, have a free minute while I'm waiting somewhere. I love those kind of books, and usually the books that I find I'm constantly wanting to read and to finish are the books that become my favorites and are on my top lists for favorite books. I really enjoy rereading my favorite books. I think it would be really fun to write a book one day of my own. I just have no idea what idea I would come up with or how creative I could be to make something that would be interesting enough to read, because I feel like everything is out there right now and I'm just like mentally blocked, but I would love to write a book one day. I think that that would be really awesome because I am obviously a reader and I've always loved writing, so I think that it would be a dream come true to write my own book one day. That would be really interesting. I just have no idea what it would be about. Sometimes it takes me a really long time to get into a book and to kind of get myself to read it, but once I start to read it and I get into the story, then I usually can fly through a book very quickly. I don't think I have ever cried, as in like bawling, cried from reading a book, but there have definitely been a few books that I've been sad in, but one of them that I did tear up in a little bit after finishing was 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. When I was a junior in high school, I had the opportunity to meet Mika Brzezinski, who is a TV news reporter, and she is or was on the Morning Joe morning show, and she wrote a book called All Things at Once, which I was given that she signed for me, so that was really cool that I got to meet her and have lunch with her. Senior year of high school, I was chosen with a couple of other people in my class for an award that was called the Golden V Award, where we had to choose a teacher from our high school career that we felt influenced us, or that was a really remarkable figure that helped us in our high school academic career. So I chose my high school librarian, Mrs. Neal, who I absolutely love and think is an amazing woman. I love her, and she has recommended me a ton of great books over the years, so I definitely picked her as one of the most influential people that I met within my high school career. I don't know how to say this one without making it sound bad. I don't mean this in like a selfish way, but the idea of loaning somebody one of my books makes me a little bit nervous because I try to take precaution with the covers of my books, which I mentioned a little bit earlier, but I am OCD with kind of like keeping them looking nice and intact and keeping them crease-free and bin-free and tearing the pages and stuff, since I do like to reread them a lot of the times, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to hold on to them for years and years and years. So I really try to keep them looking nice. So the idea of letting somebody else borrow one makes me a little bit nervous because I don't want them to destroy it. And the next one I actually had an order with another one earlier, but I forgot it. And that is that another reason why I prefer paperback or like hardback books, like an actual book over an e-reader, is because I am a huge shopaholic and a hoarder. And there's just something about buying books that I really like. And I tend to be like a shopaholic with everything else. Like I am a huge like clothes and fashion person, so I'd love to shop in those areas, but I've always enjoyed owning books over renting from the library, just because it's something that if I want to reread it again, I have it in my hand, I have it to collect on my shelf. So I'm a huge hoarder of books and a huge shopaholic. And the last one is that I would love to one day work as a part-time employee at a bookstore. I think that that would be really fun. I currently have a job, so I don't need a job, but I think that it would be really fun to experience working at a bookstore and being around the books, because I love reading, obviously, and I love going to the bookstore. So I think that that would be really fun, and I've actually considered maybe getting a part-time job during the week at school when I go back to college this fall, and then I will continue, I believe, to come home and work where I work now, because I work for my mom and dad. They have some retail stores that we have locally, so I help them out. But during the week, I've really considered maybe applying for a job at Barnes & Noble or something like that. But that concludes my 25 bookish things about me tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this and that you all are doing very well. If you would like to do this tag and you make videos, I tag everybody to do it. And if you do not make videos, I would still love to hear a couple of bookish facts about you in a comment below. And just so you guys know, I have a Twitter and a Facebook page now where I will kind of be posting when I upload a new video. So if you use those a lot and you want to keep up with me that way, I will have links and all of that stuff below. And on my channel page, I just wanted to mention that because I want to start updating you guys more. So if you'd like to follow me there, then you may, obviously. And then I do have Goodreads as well, which I know a lot of you have already friended me on, so thank you to everybody for that. But I wanted to mention that, and that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye!